You're saying that that's the train station. Ripple XRP is the tracks.
Correct.
It's going to connect all the different stations, right?
Working at Ripple is what I imagine it felt like to people that were first working for companies that were building the internet itself. And this is something that substantial and that big.
I want to see our mission in life really has been, how do we help these financial institutions be successful? Those are the same financial institutions that own SWIFT. And so in many ways, we've thought, hey, we could work together. That hasn't played out. And I think increasingly, we are seeing more and more banks adopt Ripple's technology.
So what if we can provide exactly the same thing that everybody today is already using in the Web 2 world, but then in a Web 3 context? Fully non-custodial, still your keys, still your crypto.
What I'm seeing is that the Flare Networks team is now headquartered in Dubai. Not cheap to live there, I'm pretty sure, right? And I just start to really wonder, who rug pulled every last ounce of liquidity out of Songbird? Who did that? Who did that?
What the US really wants is to be ahead of the game on blockchain, not Bitcoin particular, or some form of digital system that they can eventually take over. And if I'm right about a monetary reset where everybody's going to something else that incorporates digital currencies in that whatever they create, the last thing they're going to want is the competition for Bitcoin.
And so you have to think that at this moment in time, if I was the SEC, I'd be thinking very hard about whether this is the hill I wanted to die on.
Eventually, they will want to take Bitcoin out. I think there's too much risk.
You could say that Garlinghouse's tweet was a declaration of war.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
If you got a bag, welcome to the party. Welcome back to some more Moon o'clock news. No breakfast, no coffee, just straight extra. Foolishness. Shout out to the latest subs, Suboran Productions. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in. Go ahead and throw on those pilot shades and buckle up, because the future's extra. Foolish. Let's go full speed, full throttle into the cryptoverse. We got the total global cryptocurrency market cap today, up almost 0.5% in the past 24 hours, right around 963 billion. We got XRP still in the number 6 spot, 46 cents, down about 0.5% in the past 24, up about 1% in the past hour. We got BTC right around 19,266, Ethereum right around 1,300, Stellar XLM in the number 27 spot, 11 cents, up about 0.2% in the past hour. Ripple says, what does Ripple life look like? Head of product for Ripple XDev, Yana, uses her passion inside and outside the office to bring together teams and build the best possible product, XRP.
And now she's joined us as our Ripple X head of product.
We're changing how financial industry will look in maybe 5, 10, 20 years. We're definitely at the forefront of innovation. I think 20 years from now, people will look at this space and it will be the same as like when the internet started.
The world will know two different internets, the internet of information and the new standard, the internet of value, running on the XRP ledger. Declaration of war, Jeremy Hogan, DAI.
You could say that Garlinghouse's tweet was a declaration of war, and declarations of war, as history tells us, are always made from places of strength.
Alan caught me off guard with this one, says Zach Rector. I'll be doing a full deep dive on Reggie and these patents today. Video released later this week.
DeFi will be the new bond market.
Right.
Think about it. Right? They can control all the digits they want, just like Tether does. Never gets audited. Even when it does, handshake, back room. What to do? Pays your interest to hold it. The longer you stake it, hold it, the more, just like a bond. So think about that action. Think about where that may go. The vastness of, and what did the bankers in Wall Street sit back and watch? They went, we like DeFi. We like CBDCs. We like the tracks of what Ripple built. They're putting all the pieces together before the legislation and the regulation comes along to handcuff themselves.
What is the token name? Reggie's token there?
Veritasium.
You're saying that that's the train station. Ripple XRP is the tracks that's going to connect all the different stations, right?
Only if XRP wants to run on through a brokerage.
And you're saying, though, that the SEC took 96% of the try?
Yeah. Yes, they did.
Okay.
In the names of holding it for the citizens of the United States that they're trying to protect in case Reggie was a scam. They settled out of court, and that was the deal. But what Reggie really started doing, he started playing with the precious metals market. And once he started doing that, he didn't like any part of that. Also, he was real close to opening up an exchange in Germany and in Jamaica.
And Veritasium, Reggie Middleton, was one of the first cryptocurrency companies sued by the SEC back on August of 2019. The SEC obtains freeze of $8 million in assets in alleged fraudulent token offering and manipulation scheme. Veritasium builds blockchain-based peer-to-peer capital markets as software on a global scale. We enable the seamless connection of parties and assets without the need for a third or authoritarian interest. And I heard this platform is pretty much doing what Wall Street does, but in the blockchain form, no middlemans. Probably why the SEC came after him. We got you today. XRP price may reach 5 digits. Record producer E. Smitty predicts. XRP won't hit 1,000. It'll hit 5 digits and beyond. XRP is the standard. All the money. Build something transformative. XRP.
Working at Ripple is what I imagine it felt like to people that were first working for companies that were building the internet itself. And this is something that substantial and that big. We talk a lot about this concept of the internet of value. So, we want to get to a place where money moves just like information does. And it's instantaneous, without friction, without lots of cost. We make things easier for someone sending money to their relative in another country, or migrant workers that have moved to one country from their homeland and they're trying to support their family somewhere. Ripple is a destination for people, certainly industry veterans in their careers of banking, finance, tech companies, because folks get to actually do the things here at Ripple they've been striving to do in the larger sort of financial services industry. Things move really fast. They get to build things, create things that they've only ever dreamed about doing.
Let's build something transformative, drain the swamp, breathe the standard. It's all happening. Little predictive programming, worldwide regulations are ready. Now it's time for Ripple to hand the keys to the escrow over to the IMF. What are stablecoins? Moderator, so you said before you think there's a world where Ripple could take over Swift. Big BG says, well, I've also said there are ways where we could work with Swift, either jump on board or get left behind.
So you've said before that you think there's a world where Ripple could take over Swift.
Well, I've also said I thought there was ways we could work with Swift.
Let's talk about that.
Well, I'll start that comment just by saying, look, Swift is owned. I think Godfrey, by the way, has a very challenging job. Swift is owned by the banks. It isn't a traditionally kind of construct. You have a very strong chairman, and in-house Citi kind of is an important stakeholder in that. But at the end of the day, Ripple's trying to help financial institutions and banks be successful in the future. How do we enable, Santander to compete more effectively with PayPal, with Amazon, Facebook? And it's not going to be in, settlement times measured in days. It's not going to be measured, settlement costs measured in, $15+. So I want to see our mission in life really has been, how do we help these financial institutions be successful? Those are the same financial institutions that own Swift. And so in many ways, we've thought, hey, we could work together. That hasn't played out. And I think increasingly, we are seeing more and more banks adopt Ripple's technology. And we're seeing that play out. But I have a ton of respect for what Swift has built, just to be clear.
Gottfried, how do you feel about a partnership with Ripple?
Well, first, we can negotiate it here.
Let's do that.
Maybe one is there's two types of competition. I think the one is between the bank-centric model, and then there's lots of people who are trying to build cross-border payments outside of the bank system. And that's an interesting one to watch, and there you could see a shift in paradigm.
Get ready for the paradigm shift. The writings are on the wall. Jump on the XRP ledger or get left behind. We got Ripple X Dev. We say when spoke at Apex Dev Summit to discuss the transition to a Web3 future and the new ways to build on some.
Where's the value in the Web2 world? What's the backend for your value? Where's the infra? That's the bank or your payment service provider. And you interact with your bank or payment service provider through their app, through their online banking or payment service provider app. So what if we can provide exactly the same thing that everybody today is already using in the Web 2 world, but then in a Web 3 context? Fully non-custodial, still your keys, still your crypto. So this is what we envisioned in 2017-18. The XRPL ecosystem had nothing like it, and we built it.
Long-term XRP holders have endured a great deal of hardship in the last bull market and are still recovering. However, the stage is being set for the next bull market. Now I'll be adding to my XRP holdings. Shake this out. We got a lot of confusion here about the Flare airdrop. Some people mad, some people not so mad. Alex Cobb.
My next problem is now with all of this delaying, but hey, you know, our whole team's like living in what I'm seeing is that the Flare Networks team is now headquartered in Dubai. Not cheap to live there, I'm pretty sure, right? And I just start to really wonder, you know, who rug pulled every last ounce of liquidity out of Songbird? Who did that? Who did that? Are you kind of getting what I'm saying here? I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying Hugo Fillion. I'm not saying that they rug pulled it, but I'm just saying I really wonder who did it. Who launched Songbird and then announced an airdrop for Songbird holders that the date was right here, the EXFI airdrop, which ended up being worth like nothing. And then right after the airdrop of the airdrop coin, it goes from 52 cents to less than 2 cents. I'm just wondering if there's somebody involved that, you know, kind of rug pulled the whole coin, took all the liquidity out of it to fund their current project going on. I don't know, fund their current lifestyle. I'm just saying, I'm putting an idea out there. Not saying anything's for sure. Not saying Flare Networks rug pulled Songbird, but I'm just saying you got to consider the possibilities here. This is, I mean, at the end of the day, this is crypto. This is crypto, bro. Shit like this happens all the time. So, anyways, yeah. So January 9th, 2023. That's the new launch date. And
Nickel says, I generally love how much Flare Network is blowing the distribution because it's going to piss off a lot of people. Let me buy up their Flare for cheap. King Solomon says, while you complain and capitulate with your free Songbird, I'll be back and trying to accumulate. Plan to do the same thing with Flare. Speaking of fancy lifestyles, James Rowe XRP says, crypto CEO and Sologenic co-founder buys a new $16 million mansion in Beverly Hills. Crypto's XRP 4-hour close above the 21 MA. We'll need to see if it can hold and retest. XRP. XRP charts daily stats. XRP. Check this out. Total burned XRP. 10,758,000 XRP have been burned. XRP remaining over 99,989,000,000. And I wonder once all the money is running through the XRP ledger, how this burn rate will affect the XRP price. Deflationary, helping to stabilize XRP at 10K. What a better way to bail out BlackRock than to initiate the Extreme Recovery Program, XRP. BTC is not the future. Get ready for the new standard, XRP.
The US will not want to be last in this race. If Bitcoin is the future, they're not going to want to ban it. They're going to want to be ahead of it. I want to really get your thoughts here.
Yeah, I think you have to separate what the U.S. really wants is to be ahead of the game on blockchain, not Bitcoin particular, or some form of digital system that they can eventually take over. And that's, you know, they're going to create their own central bank digital currency like everybody else in the world. And they're not going to want competition. I see Bitcoin as an anti-sovereign fiat play. And if I'm right about a monetary reset where everybody's going to something else that incorporates digital currencies in that whatever they create, the last thing they're going to want is the competition from Bitcoin. And as I said a year and a half ago during our debate with Michael Saylor, eventually they will want to take Bitcoin out. I think there's too much risk there.
And I want to get back.
And remember, XRP is a bridge currency. It doesn't compete with any other currencies. It's an intermediary, interoperable digital asset. What will happen once they get rid of BTC? They'll welcome in the new standard. BTC was just a test, a smokescreen. The real diamond in the rough is hidden in plain sight. Load up while you still have some time. Typically, judges decide on the case of law and juries on the matter of facts. Going by John Deaton's assertion, the Ripple SEC lawsuit is becoming a matter of facts. So the chance of a jury getting involved in the lawsuit has started to become real. John Deaton. Crazy speculation time. Attorney Jeremy Hogan.
Crazy speculation time. What about a resolution of the case? Well, I'm not going to hold back here. All the cards are on the table at this point. All major issues have been decided by the judge. The emails have been handed over. The parties know exactly how strong each side's position is. If the SEC doesn't want those emails made public, between now and the end of the year is the time. As I've mentioned before, Ripple would certainly love to move on from this case, and there's only one thing it requires. Let's hear it from Ripple's general counsel himself.
We've said publicly since day one that this case settles if the SEC makes clear that Ripple sales and distributions of XRP and XRP's trading in the secondary market does not constitute a security. If they're willing to acknowledge that, the case settles and settles very, very quickly.
And there you have it. And so we can safely assume that the SEC has so far not agreed to settle with the stipulation that Ripple's future sales of XRP would not be considered sales of securities. And if you think about it, Ripple really has no wiggle room on this issue. So it's up to the SEC to really decide if the case settles or not. And in that light, the worse the litigation goes for the SEC, the better the chances are. And so you have to think that at this moment in time, if I was the SEC, I'd be thinking very hard about whether this is the hill I wanted to die on. Bad facts make bad law, and there are a couple big pitfalls in this case for the SEC, but it's decision time for them, and we'll probably know shortly.
With that being said, Notorious XRP, the best is yet to come. Remember.
So I do think it'll be fully briefed in front of this by mid-November.
Crawl, walk, then we rock it. We'll meet you at the tippy top, the step to the new era of finance, running on the RippleNet with XRP. Where will those big utility bags be when XRP takes over the new era of finance? We'll see you at the tippy top. I am the XRP Bagman, the Moon Commander, currently up here on the mothership, stuffing some bags and enjoying the show. Appreciate you stopping by, tuning in, smashing those likes for some more Moon O'Clock news. Hope y'all continue to stay extra bullish out there. Continue holding those good vibes. Remember to sell the FUD, buy up that bag, and don't forget to spread that liquid love. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to drop a subscribe, drop a comment down below. All the OG diamond hands out there, drop a comment down below, drop an elbow on that like button from the top rope. We'll catch you up here, top floor, on the mothership for the moon party. BYOB, be your own bank. Peace out, crypto ghost.
See what we headed and you see what we facing. You either sleep or you waking. Big bags like a banker. You ain't got it, you a wankster. I've been holding long and I'm anxious. Stupid money, I'ma buy me a spaceship. I got XRP by the cases, and what's gonna pay off is the patience. It's the XRP army. We all heard the calling. You didn't hear it, no, not sorry. We on an island, please don't call me. It's the XRP army. We all heard the calling.